Hello, and thanks so much for stopping by my channel today again. I'm Florence. I help the middle-aged woman blossom into her full potential by turning her adversity into an advantage, bringing about freedom, sustainable wealth creation, and career growth. And I help over 40s to be the successful, resilient woman that they can be. Today's topic is relationship, and that's because I consider relationship to be a very vital part of being resilient. Relationships matter a lot. How we develop it, how we keep it, how we sustain it, it's all very, very important. And the impact this have on us as well as the other person. I'm very passionate about this, and we're going to have two-part series on this. Developing a relationship is not always easy for quite a lot of people. For some reasons best known to them, they are either not willing to invest into a relationship or they simply do not know how to do that. If you do not know how or cannot invest in a relationship, yet you want a relationship, courtesy demands that you learn it and practice it and perfect it. Learn you must. There's not just one way to it. There could be several ways, but all of these ways, there's one thing that's important. You've got to be very intentional in its approach. The desire to know self and know the other person must be there. Otherwise, it will not work. In the current climate, with our dear sister and woman of God, Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, I don't even want to call the Nwachukwu part of it, and the experience she's gone through, a lot of awful things have been heard and said concerning this case. And it makes you wonder why a human can treat a fellow human, not just human, a wife, this way. It's a case that makes one cry each time you go through it or look at it. But it is what it is. It is what it is anyway. And one thing that came out of this is narcissism. I'm not capable of discussing this within this remit, and I'm not going to delve into that. Well, what makes a good relationship? I'm glad you asked. A good site on relationship gave the following definition, which I'm most happy to share with you. The way in which two or more people or things are connected, or the state of being connected. It is also the way in which two or more people or groups regard and behave towards each other. Several words can help us to clarify this, and it also helps us to make it very clear, or rather help us to understand what relationships stand for or should be like. These are the words like connection, relation, association, link, correlation, correspondence, parallel, tie in, tie up, alliance, bond, interrelation, interconnection, interdependence of. There's one word there that I would like to clarify, which is parallel, because you may be wondering, what's parallel? What's parallel got to do with relationships? In geometry or in mathematics, parallel lines are coplanar straight lines that do not meet or intersect at any point. In relationship, parallel relationship is the opposite of living as an intimate married couple. A typical example is when we watch two kids playing. The kids may be near to one another, but each one is playing on their own, but I'm sure they are also looking out for one another. This is a developmental step called parallel play, which can be likened to relationship. Yes, we are doing our different things, but we're still connected. We're in tune with one another. We are looking out for one another. We are bringing ideas together to maybe, look into, and we go our diverse ways to practice such. So that's just the best way I can describe parallel relationships. Both the negative and positive things that happen to us are almost because of our relationships in life. I've come to notice this. Humans connect with one another in different ways. A relationship can either be positive or negative, and anything in between this can be difficult to identify. In this light, a relationship can either add value to one or otherwise. Do I add value to you or take value from you? John Maxwell emphasizes that if we want to do well with people, it is important we add value to them. And even by me sharing this with you today, I'm adding value to you. And that's what I love to do, and that's what I've been doing for years in teaching in a college, one of the top colleges in London. A relationship is key, and value can be its main currency, John Maxwell added. In every interaction or transaction, somebody is buying. This makes it an important topic of discussion when teaching our children. And of course, teaching relationships to our children will help them grow up to be great leaders. You can imagine a child that doesn't relate to another child, cannot play, cannot do anything. All they want to do is fight, fight, fight. What kind of leader will they become in life? I don't want to go there. A relationship is something to be earned. We just need to be more approachable. A book on winning with people by John Maxwell and that by Dale Carnegie on how to win friends and influence people are great self-help books on relationships. I advise you get these books. I've also come to know that to be miserable with people is to be on the taking side always, or better stated, just do not add value to the other person in your relationships. On this, John Maxwell has this to say, and he made this clear that every time you interact with someone, it is a debit or credit into a relationship. So relationships can be a painful topic to discuss with someone from a dysfunctional background. As it becomes really very difficult or almost impossible to develop or engage in a good relationship. It can be totally new to them, as strife has always been the order of the day growing up, just as I've described those kids that cannot play with other kids. However, as an adult growing up from this background and moving forward and wanting to move forward in life, the determination should be, if it has got to be, it is up to me. So make relationships count. Build on this determination and seek help if you need to. Remove all assumptions and develop a healthy relationship, and of course with the right people. How would you do that? I'm glad you asked me once again. This will be covered in the next topic. Thanks for watching, and God bless.